Welcome back, everyone. I'm about to tell you one of my most cherished stories. And if you're a true Beatles fan, you'd find it most interesting. And if you're not a Beatles fan, you might as well just turn off your viewer. I don't want to waste my time or yours. It's an interesting story about how I one day found myself. It started off over at my former workplace. There was a woman there who worked two other jobs at the same time. I'm asking her, how do you handle all these hours? I mean, you're working 8 days a week. Must be really exhausting after a hard day's night. Well, I guess I realized all you need is love. And she always got it, too. She got by with a little help from my friends. All different proportions. Yeah, one hyper-energetic guy is like, I got to get into my life. All the way to a timid guy goes, I'm going to hold your hand. All the way to a guy immersed in poetry. Clouds are gone, skies are blue. I ask thee, at this time of dawn, please, love me do. Yeah, that's how she was able to face life. I envied her. Because me, on the other hand, I'm a real nowhere man. I've always been that way, even when I was a little child. I remember my days as a paperback writer. I'd tell him, man, you can't buy me love, so just let it be. That is unless if we were back in the USSR, then you'd want a revolution. That'd be my ticket to ride for all my loving. So then I'm coming to grips and telling myself, all right, you've got to hide your love away. One guy at the job suggested, yeah, you should take a good long walk. I said, all right, fine, I'll follow the sun. So there I am that day. I'm walking down the long and winding road. I see a car coming with a bunch of women. I'm waving, hoping they don't pass me by. And then, they pulled over, and they all came out and introduced themselves. It was Eleanor Rigby, Michelle, lovely Rita, Julia, and sexy Sadie. Yep. Gave me a hypnotic effect the way I saw her standing there. I'm just telling myself, boy, I just seen a face, and a lot more. So when I got the courage, I came to her and said, I want to be your man. But she wouldn't respond. Julia had to step in and speak for her. She said, all she thinks about is the continuing story of Bungalow Bill. Obly dee, obly da. It's a nice way to get me down while my guitar gently weeps. Put me in the same mood I was in yesterday. So then I'm just accepting it's just going to be a quick hello, goodbye. But then they actually asked me to come with them on their magical mystery tour. Even Michelle is saying, you can drive my car. And I said, okay, fine. Why don't we do it on the road? But just don't let me down. So then we're riding for a little while, and then some wrong turn must have made. Realized we were lost. But just luckily, there was another car coming down the way with a woman that Eleanor knew. She calls out to her, hey, Jude, can you tell us how to get to Penny Lane? And then she said, sure, just follow the Blue Jay way, and then you make the first left, one after 909. Yeah, so finally got us to our destination, which I just couldn't comprehend. We were just sitting in these strawberry fields forever. I mean, it was nice at first, basking in the good day sunshine. I was watching a blackbird flying overhead, with a nice sweet scent in the air like a taste of honey. I even got to pet a cute little rocky raccoon. At one point, we were turning waving to the fool on the hill. And he was sitting up there on a bench, which I think was real Norwegian wood. And then the fool yells out, don't bother me. I know, so I let him deal with his own issues. I'm not going to carry that weight. So then we just kept sitting there, time and time again, hour into hour, into the overnight and into the morning. I'm saying, oh, finally, here comes the sun. And that's when I got up and I started to twist and shout. I'm asking them all right, just who am I? Mother Nature's son? This would be a nice thing to help me when I'm 64. But right now it's just all too much. I'm begging them all, please, please me. This has all got to lead to something. After that, then Rita got up and came to me and went, okay, we can work it out. So then the rest of them came over, all joined me, and all of us, all together, we yelled out, help! Now, at first I was expecting no reply, but I wanted to tell you. The call went out over here, there, and everywhere. It just like magically pulled me out of this helter-skelter. Yeah. Well, of course, with the exception of some people in here, like the tax man who never hears anything. And then there's no way to please Mr. Postman. You want to know a secret? His idea of happiness is a warm gun. Yeah, if that's true happiness, I am the walrus. Yeah, but as it pulled me away, though, I felt like as if I had been yanked across the universe. And I realized I thought I was like, when I came into focus, I thought I was like flying. But no, I was serenely swimming right down in an octopus's garden. And I was looking up, and I saw a yellow submarine going by, all shining under Mr. Moonlight and Lucy in the sky with diamonds. And that's how I realized that they told me the way it was all going to come together. Yep, it was all being for the benefit of Mr. Kite. Yep, it totally satisfied me into my next birthday. Now I know I can just gently lie back and tell myself, she loves you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thank you all for listening. Thank you, and be safe. Take care.